Okay, after a moment of hilarity, we will open this County Board of Commissioners meeting. This is Tuesday, November 26th. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you coming up, and we hope that you have a very safe and enjoyable holiday season. For introductions, on my left is Commissioner Deb Shore and Commissioner and Vice Chair Sean Flowerday, and on my right we have Commissioner Krista Yoakum and Commissioner Rick Vest. I am Commissioner Roma Amundson, Chair of the Board, and will you please join with me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and thank you so very much. And Mr. Clerk, will you begin the agenda?
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available from the county clerk staff at the front of the hearing room. The material can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, November 19th, 2019.
Move approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any corrections? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 are claims. Approval of all claims processed through November 26, 2019.
Move approval of the claims. I'll second that move.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the claims. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 3 is a special presentation, Region 5 Services Grant Application to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration in the amount of $5 million over 4 years for assisting people experiencing homelessness and behavioral health issues in obtaining stable, permanent housing. Lee Heffelbauer, Region 5 Systems Director of Housing and Supported Living.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here today.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
appreciate it.
Mhm.
As you stated, I'm the Director of Housing at Region 5 Systems, and we are working on a collaborative grant with Centerpoint Behavioral Health Services, as well as the UNL Public Policy Center. And Ms. Yoakum was kind enough to help us with coordinating this visit here today. This is a SAMHSA grant, Substance Abuse Mental Health Services Administration, federal funding. And it's specifically for people who have behavioral health needs who are experiencing homelessness. It's a grant to benefit homeless individuals. Over the past 3 years, Centerpoint and UNL Public Policy Center and Region 5 have been running a similar type of program, which was also funded by SAMHSA, specifically to fund housing interventions for people who had behavioral health needs and housing issues. So that grant is actually ending this year. So we've been seeking additional funding to continue the good work that's been done in that program, as well as sort of enhance the outreach that's available to our community. Specifically for people who are experiencing homelessness, those of the group that we're targeting that are sort of highest need, that have had long periods of homelessness, oftentimes have those behavioral health issues. So as a housing provider, it's sometimes complicated to simply provide an apartment and a key to somebody without those underlying supports to help them address those issues that can interfere with them being able to maintain that or maintain stability. So this program would provide funding, $400,000 a year over the course of 5 years, which would be divided between the 3 agencies. Region 5 would provide administrative support and housing and commit housing resources that are already existing. Centerpoint would provide primarily case management, peer support services. They would assist with outreach services, also assistance with disability applications, some professional therapy assessments, sort of a variety of behavioral health services, as well as commit some housing resources as well. UNO Public Policy Center would be doing the evaluation portion for us. Homelessness is a primary issue that the county has been looking at for many, many years, particularly through the Human Services Administration. I know that Sarah Hoyle and her team have really dedicated a lot of time and energy into sort of underwriting interventions for these issues, as well as homelessness. As part of the application, we do need something from the county that states that these are priority issues, behavioral health needs as well as homelessness. So we had provided some language to Ms. Yoakum as well as to the commission for a letter of support. We had applied for a similar grant about a year ago, and this is very, very similar language to the previous letter. So we are requesting that the commission support this application for Region 5, Centerpoint, and UNL.
Well, thank you. Well, comments?
Yeah, no, I just think this is a great opportunity for us to support such a great effort. I love the collaborative nature between some of the experts in the community that can bring their skills and talents to this. And I just think it's just a very easy thing for us to support.
Yeah, complete agreement.
I would agree. After spending 3 days with the Stepping Up initiative, that connection also between your jail population, there is a direct correlation there. And so
Absolutely.
making people, having housing available and the supports helps them start their lives on a positive track and a diversion from the criminal justice system.
Thank you.
Okay, just basically, I want to thank you for the work that you do. It's very well recognized in Region 5, and you know you're cooperating with Centerpoint, which is nationally recognized. This is a fantastic program for both agencies, and it can only benefit the county and the surrounding areas immensely.
Thank you.
You bet. Okay, thank you. Well, if we may go on to, if we could go on to correlating item 5A, please.
This is under new business, a letter of support for Region 5 Services Grant application to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration for a grant of $5 million over 4 years for assisting people experiencing homelessness and behavioral health issues and obtaining stable permanent housing.
Move approval.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve this letter of support. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Howard,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 4, consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner or by any member of the public without prior notice, unless there's an exception. These items will be approved as one with a single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are approval of utility permits with no cost to the county for the following. Number 1896 and 1897, allowing Black Hills Energy to relocate an underground gas line on South 14th Street as part of the South Beltway project. Number 1903, allowing Black Hills Energy to relocate an underground gas line under Oakabee Road and South 14th Street as part of the South Beltway project. Number 1866, allowing Northern Natural Gas Company to install a natural gas protection device along a site approximately 1/2 mile south of North 148th Street and Mill Road. Number 1901, allowing Unite Private Networks to install approximately 1,200 linear feet of underground fiber optic cable under South 40th Street and Rokeby Road. Amendments to the following county contracts. C-16-668 with Rise and Shine for cleaning services, County Engineering Office, Shop, and Weed Control Office. C-16-707 with Alltech Industries for annual service, preventive maintenance, and inspection for aerial lifts and trucks. C-18-17 with OTT Oil and Propane for annual supply of propane. C-18-193 with the Home Depot USA, Inc., using the U.S. Communities contract for supplies, industrial supplies, and related products. The amendment renews the contract from January 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2020. The estimated cost of the county is not to exceed $4,000. C-16-90 with Jones Automotive for supply and installation of emergency equipment for law enforcement vehicles. C-18-115 with Jones Automotive supply and installation of emergency equipment for law enforcement vehicles and corrections vehicles. C-19-627 with MMC Contractors for rooftop HVAC unit replacement, County Extension. Amendment to grant contract C-615 with the Lincoln Police Department for the Operation Tipping Point Program. Change order number 2 to county contract C-19-359 with Van Kirk Brothers Contracting to rent a fully operated scraper for an additional 8 hours. Right-of-way contracts with the following: Gina Hagedorn and Jay Gordon, Southwest 2nd Street and West Woodstruck Road, in the amount of $543. Rebecca Custer and Kim Ann Cook, South 68th Street and Woodstruck Road, in the amount of $433. Received and placed on file the county engineer quarterly report for July through September 2019.
Move approval of the consent items?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. New business 5B is ratification of written plan and construction approval of lessees and tenant agencies' proposed alterations to the demised premises.
Good morning. Karen Peterson, Lancaster County Property Management. The State of Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services has submitted their scope and proposal for changes to the demised premises at 1200 Radcliffe Street. I will say that several weeks ago, a group of no fewer than probably 20 of us spent the afternoon out there going through Health and Human Services, the Department of Administrative Services, Property Management, and Shelley Schindler's staff out there. And we not only took a look at the submittals and the scope, but we walked the entire property to make sure we were all on the same page. All the documents that you have been reviewed by me and by Shelley, and this is the scope that we agreed upon. The scope was changed slightly from the original version in that they are no longer going to install floor-to-ceiling glass in part of the pod, and that was the piece where we would insist upon an architectural drawing or an engineering study to do that because it was going to affect airflow. They're not going to do that piece anymore. So they're going to remove the glass. We're going to get stored on site. They are putting in glass that meets the state specifications, and they've got a plan. And they hope to be done by the end of January.
Good.
Are there any questions?
No, we're just very happy it has progressed along this far. That's
We're working
good.
right along.
You bet.
We're really happy that you're in charge of taking care of us out there. so
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
It's a win for all of us.
Okay. I would like a motion of approval, please.
Oh, I'd move approval.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the ratification. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5C is authorizing Karen Peterson, Director of Facilities and Properties, to provide written plan and construction approval of alterations or additions to the demised premises on behalf of lessor pursuant to paragraph 9 of Addendum A to the interlocal agreement between the state of Nebraska and Lancaster County.
I move approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. D is a request for an exceptional circumstance award under Personnel Rule 17.9, bracket B, for Amy Wilson, accountant, for a one-step pay increase.
Rachel Garver, Lancaster County Treasurer. I'm coming before you because I would like to give Amy a little more raise than she would have gotten for her after her 6-month probation period. I naively thought that if I put it in my budget and then when the review came and I could just do that because that had been my experience before. But that didn't happen, and so I wrote the request for, it's only like a $2,500 a year raise, and I wrote the request because Amy has done such a fabulous job. She came to us with over 15 years' experience with the state in their accounting department. She has not only a degree in accounting, but she has an MBA, and she has a CPA, and she's just been working very hard, coming in on weekends sometimes, coming in this weekend to help close the month. And I just want to show our appreciation because I really don't want to lose any good employees, and I just want to show an employee that is doing a great job that we care, and show me the money. That's what
That's what you're
Sometimes
asking
it
for.
comes
that's
down
what
to
I'm
that.
asking for. So I would appreciate your vote in favor of this nominal amount, but it's just like a token of appreciation. And this is Amy Wilson, our accountant.
Well, Amy, you certainly do have, people are speaking very well of you, right? So thank you for your good work.
I will move approval.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
5E is an agreement and acceptance of a proposal with the Lincoln League of Women Voters to assist with voter registration sites in Lancaster County. The county shall pay $4,000 for the services provided. The term of the agreement is September 1st, 2019 through August 31st, 2021.
I move approval.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. F is a grant contract with the City of Lincoln for the Shields Unite program.
I would move approval.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant contract. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5G are contracts on behalf of the Lancaster County Mental Health Crisis Center for certified alcohol and drug abuse counselor services with the following: Tamara Jo Dirks, MS, LMHP, CPC, LADC, at the rate of $90 per evaluation completed, and $35 per hour for other services. The term of the contract is from September 1st, 2019 through through August 31st, 2020. Jeremy Everly, MA, PLADC, LIM, PH, at the rate of $85 per evaluation completed, and $33 per hour for other services. The term of the contract is from October 1st, 2019 through September 30th, 2020.
I move approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5H are contracts for annual supply asphaltic concrete with the following: Catherine Sons Construction, Inc. and Pavers, Inc.
Move approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5I is a recommendation from the purchasing agent and county engineer to award a contract to Bauer Underground for construction of Northwest 84th Street from O Street to I-80 in the amount not to exceed $313,032.
Morning, Larry Legg, Lancaster County Engineering. This is Northwest 84th, just north of Highway 6. We're experiencing some pavement breakup for about the first 700 feet of that, so that indicates a subgrade failure. So we're doing a reconstruction project for approximately 700 feet, and then another 900 feet we're overlaying once we get up to the bridge. So it'll just clean that up. It'll provide a good base. It's kind of in a low area. There's a lot of moisture and stuff. So are there any questions? Okay, thank you.
I move approval.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. J is a document, Agility Inc. Governmental Volume Submitter 401A Plan Adoption Agreement Number 1 with Base Plan Document Number 2 for the Lancaster County, Nebraska Employees Retirement Plan.
I move approval.
And I second.
I have a motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 6 is public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Hello, my name is Robert Gray. I live at 801 Elevado Avenue in Lincoln, Nebraska. The subject I wanted to bring up very briefly to the board is since the last 4 elections, the amount of vote which has been cast early has gone between 29% for November 6, 2018 and 32% in both the primary election of 2019 and 2018. Since we've seen this trend, I'm wondering if there's some value in adding more drop-off locations. Right now, the only drop-off location for mail-in ballots is centrally located in Lincoln, and it seems because these numbers both indicate a city-wide race and a county-wide race that there's a increased interest in voting early across the county. And I'm just would encourage while we still have some time before the primary election, the county board to start thinking if there's a way we can do this better. And I thank you for your time.
Robert, I have a question. Douglas County has multiple drop-off sites, correct?
Douglas County has multiple drop-off sites. I also had a conversation with the election, very brief conversation with the election commissioner, and he said that legally there's no bar, but of course, like everything, there's a lot of good ideas that come to you, and the pie is only so big.
Right.
So I don't have a solution, but I thought if you're going to address or think about addressing the problem, you need to have some lead time. So that's why I came today.
Okay, well, we thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Okay, let's move on then to the adjournment.
Next is
Oh, excuse me, we do have, yeah, we do have announcements.
Next is number 7, announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will not hold a staff meeting on Thursday, November 28, 2019. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, December 3rd, 2019 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building with the Board of Equalization immediately following. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on Link TV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on Link TV and can be viewed on YouTube.
Okay.
Next is number 8, executive session.
Okay, next is the executive session, and I will entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I move we enter executive session for the purposes of protecting the public interest, discussing pending litigation, and receiving legal advice at 9:23 a.m.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to go into executive.